Hi everyone, this is Michael Weaver, and this is the second part of a collaborative screencast with Ian Hancock on the topic of corpus linguistics and language education. This segment is on trends in corpus-based research and techniques for the language classroom. A handful of recent corpus-based research articles have to do with introducing and integrating corpus techniques in the language classroom, and they should interest teachers who have questions about the feasibility of corpus activities for their students. Two groups of researchers published studies recently looking at the revision process of second language writers. These are Mueller and Jakobsen, 2015, and Yoon, 2016. Both studies compared the use of online concordansers to a tried and true learner resource, a dictionary. Both studies found that corpus tools promoted writing skills like correction and revision, noticing and problem solving. But both studies also found that corpus activities could be challenging or difficult for learners, and this will be a concern to some teachers who are already wary of electronic resources in the classroom. However, both groups of researchers surveyed their participants and found that despite the technical challenges, they felt more confident and competent in their revision choices with the corpus evidence at hand. One suggestion from these studies is that teachers' own mastery of the tools can play an important role in easing learner challenges. Tono and colleagues in 2014 carried out a similar study, but with an important added element. English language learners in this study were given coded error feedback on their writing that guided them through the corpus search process. For example, as you see here, a piece of feedback like the one given to the sentence, "I talk everything with her," shows that the teacher has underlined talk and placed a caret in between it and the next word, signaling the student to search whatever corpus they're using for something to the right of the underlined element. And with this kind of guidance, English language learners showed improvements in repairing surface errors in their writing. Again, though, the key seems to be good design of the process and technical mastery on the part of teachers. Lawley in 2016 reported on a pedagogic spell check program based on data from learner corpora and the accompanying teacher feedback. Unlike conventional spell checkers such as Microsoft Word, this one offered learners more targeted guidance on repairing errors, giving, for example, not only the correct spelling, but an opportunity to notice patterns that could be extended to other words. Now, the idea of building a custom spell checker is not going to appeal to all teachers, obviously, but for more adventurous and tech-savvy language educators, it can be an invitation to construct tools based on their own learners' productions. Finally, Lessard, Clouston, and Chang in 2014 presented a very practical, task-based approach to corpus practice in the classroom with worksheets and lesson plans showing a step-by-step process guiding learners through a COCA search. You heard about that in Ian's segment. The worksheets in this article serve as good training tools for teachers as well as students, and they seem to be adaptable to corpus resources other than COCA. Here's an example of one of their worksheets. This activity is several pages long, but it's organized in an easy-to-read, step-by-step format that is perfectly good for teachers who've never done a corpus search to learn how, and it seems fairly intuitive for learners as well. Definitely easy to try out. The final image here is of a page from a learner corpus I compiled from Intermediate English Language Learner Writing. I assembled this very small corpus from only 2 writing assignments for one class. I was preparing a lesson on modal auxiliary verb usage for the class, and I wanted to be able to show students their own usage patterns as well as get some insight into good focus areas to make the best use of class time. This was a very easy process in which I first scanned student writing, and this has to be typed, of course, not handwritten. Then converted it to text files, used a free concordancer called Monoconc, or rather Antconc, Monoconc would do just fine also, to search for modal verbs, and produced the page you see here with my target item, the modal auxiliary can, lined up vertically. I was then able to see the usage tendencies in terms of the surrounding language, the left and right collocates of the node, to use the terminology of corpus linguistics. Now, this is far too small a corpus for very robust or generalizable research, but small custom learner corpora can be illuminating for teachers who just want to assess skill development at different stages of instruction on a class-by-class basis. So I've just shown you an overview of research into corpus techniques in the language classroom, as well as a taste of a real learner corpus, albeit a small one, if you're a teacher with the DIY spirit, and I hope you are. Thanks for listening.